Today on the program, BYD Adamus, Porsche, Mercedes presents the new AMG with a fake gasoline engine, a fake gearbox, and vibrating seats. AMG unveils two concepts that are going to hurt the competition, and the future Alpine A110 electric has just made its first laps. For decades, when you wanted the cream of the crop in performance, you looked to Stuttgart, you bought a Porsche. But the world has changed. Even if their cars sometimes seem to be designed by artificial intelligence, BYD has just dethroned Porsche. Here is the Denza Z. Denza is BYD's premium brand. Originally, it was a marriage of convenience with Mercedes in 2010, but the Germans, in a moment of absolute foresight, ended up selling their share, leaving BYD alone at the helm of what would become their worst nightmare. Today, BYD has decided to strike, right where it hurts in Porsche's turf. On paper, the Denza Z is a declaration of war. 3 electric motors, 4-wheel drive, and a combined power output of 1,604 horsepower. The coupe version smashes 0 to 100 in 2.25 seconds, but there's even better. The racing version, fitted with semi-slick tires, completes the run in 1.96 seconds. It's so fast that your internal organs will catch up with you 3 seconds later. Top speed 350 km/h. But the real stroke of genius, the real slap in Stuttgart's face, is the price. In the United Kingdom, this Denza Z starts at around 167,000 euros. The 911 Turbo S, on the other hand, will easily cost you over 233,000 euros. BYD offers you twice the power while saving you the price of an apartment. Under this bodywork, supposedly not designed by an AI, but by Wolfgang Egger, the former head of design at Audi, you'll find magneto-rheological suspensions, carbon ceramic brakes, and a battery technology that allows you to charge from 10 to 97 in 9 minutes. And to top it all off, there are 4 real seats. Of course, purists will tell you that it doesn't have the soul of a flat 6 screaming at 8,000 RPM, and they're right. Porsche has also reaffirmed its love for the internal combustion engine, realizing that its traditional customers aren't ready to plug in just yet. According to last year's latest statistics on the European used car market, it's absolute madness. In France, it's estimated that tens of thousands of cars are driving around with their odometers happily rolled back. On some models, we're talking about 144,000 kilometers erased, almost 4 times around the Earth, vanished in an instant with an electronic device. Not to mention cars that have been seriously damaged in Germany, patched up in Poland, and then sold here with the label "never been in an accident." It's a market where honesty is a very expensive option and usually out of stock. That's where Auto Origin comes in. Instead of gambling with your savings, Auto Origin is like a tough interrogation, but for cars. In just a few seconds, starting from just a license plate, their system will search through the records of European countries. It cross-checks data from the police, insurance companies, and government ministries, and the result is a ruthless clinical report. You will know if the car has been stolen, if it has already been in an accident, the actual number of owners, the certified mileage, and even the exact options installed at the factory. Everything is organized, checked, and presented clearly without confusing jargon. You have 2 options: the express check to quickly verify the identity, thefts, and major accidents, or the heavy artillery. The full report breaks down absolutely everything with an exclusive reliability score and even analyzes the rarity of the model. So spare yourself any nasty surprises before buying a car and use the code OCTANE15 to get an immediate 15 off the full report or the 2-report pack. Go to autoorigin.com. The link is below the video. Enter the license plate and find out what the seller might have forgotten to tell you. Next, here's the proof that German car manufacturers are going through the most expensive and complex crisis in human history. Fake gasoline engine, fake gearbox, and seats that vibrate to make you believe you're driving an internal combustion car. Mercedes just unveiled the new AMG CLA 45 4MATIC Plus, quite a long name. For decades, the AMG badge was synonymous with V8 engines that rumbled like dragons with a cold, rear tires turned into white smoke, and a total disregard for the ozone layer. But today, the law has spoken. Electric is here, and Mercedes has a problem. How do you sell a quiet electric car to purists who love noise and fury? The answer is simple. You lie to them. The new CLA 45 is 100% electric, but thanks to a system modestly called AMG Force S+, it simulates the sound of the old four-cylinder gasoline engine. They put the previous generation on a test bench, placed 13 microphones around it, made 1,600 recordings, and now they play all that back through the speakers. Even better, you have paddle shifters to shift fake gears that create fake torque interruptions while your seat vibrates artificially. So we could make fun of it, and we'd be right, but let's look at what's behind this puppet show, because technically, it's witchcraft. This car has 3 axial flux electric motors. It's such a compact technology that the front motor is only 9 cm wide. The result is 680 horsepower and a monstrous 1,759 Newton meters of torque. It smashes 0 to 100 in 2.7 seconds. As for range, they fitted a 94 kW battery, kilowatt hours in the underbody, promising up to 670 kilometers, and with its 800-volt architecture, you can add 280 km of range in 10 minutes at a fast charger. But let's get back to this fake sound thing. Mercedes isn't the only one playing this dangerous game. Hyundai did it with the Ioniq 5N, and actually with surprising success. The automotive industry is becoming the world's biggest amusement park, where cars pretend to be what they no longer are. The problem with this CLA 45 isn't that it's electric, it's that it weighs 2.3 tons empty. That's the weight of a small tank. And to make a tank turn and stop, even with 680 horsepower smart all-wheel drive and huge 6-piston brakes, physics always ends up demanding its due. So, will it work? Will the AMG customer who's probably ready to spend nearly 100,000 euros agree to play PlayStation in real life? Maybe. After all, the new CLA 45 is incredibly fast, technologically brilliant, but it's also proof that the automotive industry is afraid of its own future, to the point of disguising itself as its past. Meanwhile, the Renault 5 has reason to worry. MG has just unveiled 2 new models that are going to be in high demand. And the worst part is, they're good looking. To really understand, let's set the scene. We're at the Goodwood Festival of Speed, the temple of British car culture, where people drink tea while watching V8s burn gasoline. And there, among the old legends, MG shows up with 2 concepts, the MG Go and the MG Cyber. For those who missed an episode, MG was once an English brand that made charming little roadsters. Today, the brand is owned by Chinese giant SAIC, which has slashed prices and is flooding Europe. In 2025, they sold more than 300,000 cars on the old continent. That's huge. And now, they don't just want to be cheap anymore, they want to be desirable. Let's start with the MG Go. It's an electric city car planned for 2027. And let's be honest, it looks amazing. Designed in London, it has steroid-inflated fenders, huge rims, and a look that vaguely reminds you of the MG Metro 6 R4 rally car from the 80s. It's supposed to go head-to-head with the Renault 5, the Mini Cooper, and the upcoming Volkswagen ID Polo. But where MG is really going to hurt the competition is with the price. We're talking about a price tag around 20,000 euros. And to top it all off, MG is building a 200 million euro factory in Spain, in Ferrol, which will open in 2028. Why? To get around European tariffs and grab the EV incentives. It's brilliant, and it's terrifying for the European competition, but that's not all. At the other end of the spectrum, they unveiled the Cyber concept, a large electric SUV that looks uncannily like a Ferrari Purosangue that had a bit of a guilty fling with a Ford Mustang Mach-E and a Xiaomi YU7. It's large, muscular, and targets Porsche and Tesla. There are even rumors it could have semi-solid batteries, a technology MG is rolling out widely for fast charging and reliable performance. So yes, for now, these are just concepts. The MG Go will probably lose some of its muscle when it goes into production, and the Cyber might not hit European roads, at least not right away. But the message is clear. MG is no longer just the discount supermarket of electric cars. They have money from China, design from England, and soon, factories in Europe. And finally, listen closely. You don't hear anything, that's normal. Here is the future, Alpine A110 electric. There are days when you wake up thinking the world has definitely turned upside down. Production of the marvelous, the fantastic, the irreplaceable Alpine A110 with a combustion engine stopped in June 2026 in Dieppe, a national tragedy. It weighed barely 1,100 kilos. It was like a prima ballerina with an engine in the back. And now, Alpine wants us to believe they're going to replace this ballerina with an electric car at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. In front of an English audience probably dismayed not to smell the scent of gasoline, they ran their development mule, the future A110. And to make it easier to swallow, they even put their Formula One driver Pierre Gasly behind the wheel with the Duke of Richmond in the passenger seat. Nothing less. The highlight is Philippe Krief's speech, Alpine's boss. He looked at the British journalists and announced that the new electric A110 will be better than the gas-powered one in every way, he said. Better? Really? Well, let's see about that. Technically, you have to admit that the engineers haven't been idle. They know that putting a huge battery in an Alpine is problematic, so they invented the APP platform. Instead of having a big battery pack under the floor that immediately raises the car, they separated the batteries. 25% in the front, 75% in the back. This enables a low driving position and keeps the silhouette as low as before. And the big news is that they promise to keep the weight under the crucial 1,500 kilo mark. For an electric car, that's quite an achievement. For an Alpine, that's 400 kilos more than the previous one, but Alpine assures that the magic of electronics will make up for the physics. The specifications require that the car can run at full speed on a track for 20 minutes without the battery overheating or losing power. As for the interior, gone are the days of using parts from the Clio's parts bin. They promise a real hardcore sports car cockpit, timeless, without being overloaded with screens. The truth is, Alpine's survival depends on this car, which is planned for 2027. They want to produce 15,000 cars per year, position themselves as a more exclusive alternative to Porsche, and attract a premium clientele. The electric 110 will no doubt be incredibly fast. It will probably be glued to the road. But the real question, the one that haunts all car enthusiasts, is whether it will still have a soul. And make no mistake, this electric Alpine is just a mule, a disguised shell that simply hides the one that's waiting for us. Because for now, its final design hasn't been revealed yet. Thank you all for watching this new video. Don't hesitate to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss anything. Ciao. Thank you all for watching this new video. Don't hesitate to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to make sure you don't miss anything. Ciao.